What's going on, guys? Bethesda Games here, more Fallout 3, A Tale of Two Wastelands. And last episode when we left off, we carried on our hunt to get all the bobbleheads throughout the wasteland to get their unique perks. Last episode we ended up getting the repair bobblehead in Arafu, and so now we're just going to be making our way towards some of the other bobbleheads up in the sort of north section of the map. So that's probably quite a good sign that we're not where we're supposed to be in terms of the enemy balance. I do know that super mutants do seem a little bit tougher in Tale of Two Wastelands in Fallout 3 than they were in base Fallout 3. At least we got our first encounter with super mutants out of the way. That's our first time seeing Robo Brains on the playthrough. Which is pretty cool. They have like a pulse attack that they can send out that cripples your head. So you have got a crippled head. We must have picked up the Yao gauntlet that one of the Garys was using in the vaults. When you have a crippled head, every now and then you get that like, blurry effect that happens. But thankfully there is that bed there that we can use to repair our limbs. The other enemies might be a bit tougher, but thankfully mole rats still go down quite easy. So that was that pulse attack. Thankfully, because we're not playing in hardcore, we can just use a stim pack to fix ourselves up. And obviously see there's another Robo Brain. Not sure why we're being so unlucky and getting hit by so many of them. There's a couple more robots there. They need to look like protectrons though. But there is a location in front of us, the Drowned Devil's Crossing, and we want to try and avoid that if possible. It's always quite a sort of chaotic area. There's enemies that spawn there, and then there's a chance for like random events and other enemies to spawn as well. Not sure why we're running into so many enemies and creatures and things in our way. There's the crossroads there. Sometimes they're not too bad, but sometimes they can definitely eat some of your resources. But nearby, at this drive-in, in this little metal shack, there is that Gognak the Barbarian comic. Again, it'll help us increase our melee damage.
Good to see you. Can I interest you? It's called a Nuka-Cola Quantum. It's much better than your average Nuka-Cola. It even glows in the dark. Only 100 caps, my friend, and a bargain at twice the price. Why, I know a lady in Girdershade who'd pay through the nose for one. Well, it'll save me the trip. Fine, you've got a deal. Enjoy.
So, he gave us a map marker for a place called Girdershade, and there's a quest there we can do for the person he was mentioning that involves Nuka-Cola Quantums. And in doing that quest, you can get a blueprint for another item you can craft.
Thanks.
Getting quite lucky with the caps here. But in this room there is that switch you can flip, and that does give you the Radio Kilo Bravo. And basically, if you follow the signal, it will lead you to this drain down here. Of course, there's more enemies.
Just fight for the team. Fuck! Kick ass! Little boy playing tough guy.
Right, if you follow the signal down to the manhole, there is this radio here, and that's what's transmitting the signal. But most importantly for us, there is the ball head for explosives, and it gives our explosives 10% less spread, which is potentially quite useful for certain explosive weapons. It can definitely help out with the 25mm grenade APW and some other weapons that we can get later on. And if we head out this way, making sure to equip our sniper rifle, we're going to be heading into a very dangerous location in a minute to get another bobblehead. But in the meantime, you might notice this sort of busted up chapel ahead of us, and there is a character waiting there for us. And he's going to have a unique sniper rifle on him for us. So if you take him out and try and make sure to sort of jib whatever body part you hit, That way you can still loot him. Thankfully he fell out the window. But he has some coordinates for us for a place called Old Oasis, which we ran into a random event where some people were looking for it when we were over. I think it was at this power station. There were some people looking for Oasis. I think that also gave us a map marker. But if there's any doubt that taking that note from this guy gives you that map marker. But he also dropped the reservists rifle or reservists rifle, and it's a unique sniper rifle. It only has 3 rounds in the magazine, but it's a much better weapon, and it fires faster as well than the regular sniper rifle. So again, I always like picking it up just because it's quite easy to obtain. And there's some other loot here. Nice guns and bullets book as well to increase our gun skill. And a couple of stim packs hidden underneath there. But we're actually going to be heading into the Deathclaws sanctuary, and that'll be to get I think it's the endurance bobbleheads, but thankfully we don't need to go very far into it. Especially considering if that's how much damage a Robo Brain does to us, I'd hate to think what a Deathclaw could do to us at the moment. There are also some graves here you can loot if you pick up this shovel. And graves are actually a surprisingly good source of loot. Tend to have decent amounts of ammo and things like that in them. We'll have to be careful as we head up to the Deathclaw Sanctuary though, because there is a chance for another random spawn, and for whatever reason I always seem to get Talent Company mercs after us. Seems like it's got a different event here. With a giant rad scorpion facing off against some ants. Don't know if this guy's going to stay friendly. Obviously not. Thankfully dog meat seems to have his attention, so we can just focus on spamming away at him. Not quite sure what's going on with his stinger there. It's going to take us a little while to take him out, but he should give us a nice chunk of XP. once we do. So he seems to be fleeing from us, which might actually prove useful, because then it might mean that he acts as bait for something even worse than giant red scorpion. You might be able to see the little enemy tick for there. Death dog meat is unconscious at the moment. And this is really not what I wanted to happen. I think if we're lucky, gonna have to resort to using the alien blaster. I think that's the only way we're making it out of here. You can pick up a Deathclaw hand to make craft another weapon as well once you get the schematic. Thankfully Dogmeat's okay. But yeah, that's the main reason why I like to pick up the alien blaster, just to get us out of situations like that. But definitely don't rely on it. So you want to pick up as many mines as possible and equip them. We've got 45, which is why I always like to make sure that I go and do minefield, the quest at minefield, before coming here for this bobblehead. As we go in, there is that Deathclaw there. So if we just make as big a pile of mines as we possibly can, while they're still in the caution state, and as soon as we go into danger, run away, and that'll cripple the Deathclaw's legs, make it a lot easier for Deathclaw, for Dogmeat to keep him distracted and for us to deal with him. Or you can just resort to using the alien blaster if you don't want to do that. But here is that endurance bobblehead. So our damage resistance has been permanently increased by 5%. There's also a mini nuke and a nice energy weapons skill book, along with a nuke code quantum and some people here we can get some minor loot from. Now further in the caves there is a unique Gatling laser called Vengeance that is very powerful, it's very accurate and does considerable amount of damage, but there is the chance of having to fight a lot of Deathclaws to get to it, so we're not going to do that just yet. I am going to do it later on in the playthrough because I do like the Vengeance Gatling laser. But later on in the game, after a new faction gets introduced to us, they'll have an outpost here outside the Deathclaw Sanctuary, which will have tends to have some really good loot in it, and it also increases, I'm pretty sure it increases the loot that you can get inside the sanctuary, because it adds more bodies to scavenge from. So we're definitely going to make sure to come back at some point. But now in the north section of the map, the only bobblehead we can get at the moment is up here. and normally this would be the big guns bobblehead, but with Fallout New Vegas there is no big gun skill. You can reactivate it with mods. I think you can even reactivate it with Stewie tweaks as well. So instead of being the big gun skill bobblehead, it will be the bobblehead for our survival skill. Just going to go ahead and read all our skill books as well, because we've got a couple. Seems to be a lot of wildlife in the wasteland, not more than usual. Everywhere you look, it's making the start of this playthrough very interesting. Sometimes, if you're lucky, up here there is a Brotherhood Outcast patrol, like there is over there. It tends to be quite common from what I've seen, and sometimes they will come in and take these guys out for you. Right, see if we can sort of get their attention.
Attack on hostile target.
These guys just seem to be wandering around in a circle rather than doing their actual patrol route though. Got their attention. It seems to be fleeing rather than attacking. Yeah, sometimes you can get lucky and these guys sort of go in there and take them out for you.
Is only making things worse for you.
So we're going to use a new toy that the Brotherhood Outcasts tend to be quite fond of, being the Power Fist. Sometimes it does disappear and reappear. But yeah, we've got a new animation mod, the Power Fist, which I think just is a little bit smoother. And there's also a mod that fixes up the meshes on the glove, which is a vanilla bug. But in this shack here, there is a new quantum.
Hostile target detected. Commencing launch. Is object.
I think the interacting animations is what's messing up our Power Fist here, making it disappear, which is a bit of a shame, unless that is the mod that sorts out the meshes that's causing that, mixed with the interaction animations. But anyway, on the table here there is a magazine for guns and bullets. down in the basement there is a survival bobblehead. And like I said, normally this is a big guns bobblehead, but because that isn't a skill in New Vegas, it's the survival bobblehead instead. But you can reactivate the big gun skill and reintegrate it if you wish. I'm not sure if you can keep the big gun skill and both the survival skill, or if there's a limit for how many skills you can have in the game. Inside this safe as well, there are a bunch of caps, and we're going to want to pick up the launch codes as well. Outside the safe there's some money and another skill book. But we are going to be coming back here later after completing a side quest. There's a lot of sort of loot hidden. But other than the energy weapons bobblehead that we can't get at the moment because it's locked behind the story, that is all the bobbleheads in the north section of the map, other than the one that's in Paradise Falls, but we're going to be getting that later on anyway. I think for now, looking at how long this episode has been, I'm going to wrap this episode up here, and then I'll decide whether or not we'll go ahead and work towards those other bobbleheads we can get, same as the small guns one. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. If you guys have enjoyed the episode, like and subscribe for more, that way you won't miss out on anything. And any mods that I've mentioned throughout the episode will be linked down in the description below, so you can download them for yourself. Thanks again for watching, really appreciate having you guys here, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode.